The story of Cain and Abel is the tantalizingly incomplete account of the first naturally born human beings. Scholars debate what exactly is the moral of the story. Is it describing the conflict between nomadic and agrarian way of life? Or perhaps a tale of sibling rivalry? But beneath the surface of this tragic tale lies a chilling connection to the demonic. Today we're diving into the mysterious phrase in Genesis 4:7, sin is crouching at the door, and how the ancient Akkadian word rabitzu and later Jewish interpretations reveal a deeper spiritual battle. Let's set the stage. Cain, the firstborn of Adam and Eve, and his younger brother Abel both offer a sacrifice to God. Abel's sacrifice is accepted, while Cain's is not. We are not told exactly why one is preferable over the other, or how this is made known to the brothers. But rather than ask for clarification, Cain's anger boils over, and then God warns him in Genesis 4:7. If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at the door. Its desire is contrary to you, but you must rule over it. It's that phrase, sin is crouching at the door, that we're focusing on today. The image of sin lying in wait at the door may have as its conceptual background the activity of demons who lurk at thresholds and doorways. We have an example of a Phoenician amulet from Arslan Tash from the 7th century BC that speaks about a demon Sasam. Sasam, let the door not be opened for him. Let him not come down to the doorposts. The word translated as crouching is rabats, and it's linguistically tied to the Akkadian term rabitzu. In Akkadian texts, the rabitzu was a demon known to lurk at doorways, waiting to pounce on its victims. Some commentators suggest that the rabats here is the personal name of a demon. The imagery is striking. Sin is not just an abstract concept. It's personified as a predatory force, almost like a demonic entity lying in wait to seize control of Cain. Ancient Jewish traditions expand on this demonic imagery. For example, some interpretations suggest that Cain's anger and subsequent murder of Abel were influenced by Satan himself. The Jewish work, The Apocalypse of Abraham, written between the 1st and 2nd century AD, describes how Cain was led by the adversary to break the law and murder his brother. This paints Cain's decision as not merely a moment of human weakness, but as yielding to a spiritual adversary. The issue is that a demon of the name Rabats is not known in Hebrew or other West Semitic languages, so Cain fighting a personal demon is probably not the intention of the author of Genesis. Yet this connection to the spiritual world would not have been lost on ancient readers, who understood the doorway as a vulnerable space, both physically and spiritually. So what does this mean for us Christians? By the time we get to the apostles, there is clearly a link between Cain and the adversarial power of Satan. For instance, 1 John 3:12 says, "We should not be like Cain, who was of the evil one, and murdered his brother." The New Testament echoes the warnings previously given to Cain. In 1 Peter 5:8, we're told, "Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary the devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour." Just as sin was crouching at Cain's door, ready to consume him, Satan is always seeking to draw us away from God. Cain's story serves as a warning. Unchecked anger, jealousy, and bitterness can open the door to sin's destructive power. Remember that Genesis 4 begins with a scene of solemn worship, as both Cain and Abel bring their offerings to God. Yet this moment of devotion quickly unravels into tragedy when Cain turns his focus inward, allowing his self-centeredness to consume him. It didn't have to go that way. Cain had a choice. God warned him, gave him an opportunity to resist, but he chose to give in. We too face the same choice Cain did. Sin is always crouching at the door, waiting for an opportunity to pounce. Will we allow it to take control, or will we resist the devil and cling to God's grace? Mastering sin requires more than passive avoidance. It demands active engagement. Overcoming sin involves personal commitment and intentional effort. One last thing. This imagery of a door is echoed in Revelation 3:20, where Jesus stands at the door and knocks, waiting for the church to invite him in. The contrast is striking. Sin crouches, ready to devour, while Jesus patiently waits, offering redemption and fellowship. The question is, which will we open the door to? The choice is ours. Regardless of whether Cain was fighting a personal demon or not, the story of Cain and Abel reminds us of the very real spiritual battle we face. Through Christ, we have the power to overcome. So let's stay alert, resist the enemy, and walk in the freedom God offers. So what do you think? Does the connection to the ancient Near East demons add a dimension of understanding what is going on in the Cain and Abel story? Does this idea show up later in the descendants of Cain? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and if you found this discussion insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and then come join us at Anchor Bible College.